And I'm speaking from experience when I say it's packed. I lived in Dayton. The shooting in Dayton hits home for me and countless others. It's a neighborhood I frequented, the Oregon District. Shortly before air, I was able to speak with my former colleague, Cornelius Froelich. He's a reporter with the Dayton Daily News. I wish I wasn't speaking with you under these circumstances. First off, you were in the Oregon District, right by where the shooting happened. You missed it by just a few minutes, right?
I was down in the Oregon District. It was late Saturday night, just out with a friend. I was at one of the bars where, if you see pictures later on, you see just a lot of shell casing, like little little evidence markers showing where the shell casings were. I was with a friend on the patio. I was waiting for another friend. Didn't hear a text from him, so kind of got a little impatient. Went across the street to get a taco, got in line for a taco. Again, got impatient and decided to go home maybe 25, 30 minutes before the shooting. My friend was on his way down to the, to the exact bar where it happened outside of. I replay these moments again and again in my head and just think, what if I stayed in line? What if my friend had texted me a little bit sooner and I would have stayed? It's, it's definitely bothered me, but I mean, my story doesn't really compare to the people who actually lost something, the people who were actually here and witnessed the shooting, the people who were injured, and the families and friends and loved ones of the people who died. I mean, nine people died in Dayton, Ohio on Sunday morning, and the saddest sentence I think I've ever had to say is we're lucky it was only 9 people. The police got to the shooter very quickly, within a minute, maybe within 30 seconds. Otherwise, I mean, he was on his way into a bar where it would have just been mass casualties.
Absolutely. I can't even begin to imagine what you're feeling, what the city is feeling. I mean, we've both lived in Dayton. We've both frequented the Oregon District. Just for our viewers who haven't been there, I mean, this is a safe area. This is a fun area, right? This is a small area. Kind of just talk about just how shocking this is for everyone who lives there.
Dayton is not a big city. I mean, we have some population in the suburbs, but our city is 140,000 people. Most people in Dayton come to the Oregon District. Everybody knows about it. People come down here to eat. They come down here to dine. They come down here to shop. I mean, this is one of the reasons Dayton's a great place to live, and to have this here is just, I mean, it's just a punch to the gut. Like, I mean, life, it's crazy to think that this was a crime scene yesterday. I mean, today looks a little back to normal, but still, I mean, it's just the signs of the violence remain. You don't have to look too hard to find, windows that had bullet holes in them, and a tattoo shop owner had to patch up one of a bullet that looked like it ricocheted off his window. And of course, the flowers and the memorials to the victims, and you don't have to look too hard to find somebody who's just in tears and may have lost somebody or had a close call, or just can't believe that there were this kind of violence in a place that they value so much.
And you touched upon this, but I mean, how is the community coping? I think it's really unique that this happened shortly after 1 a.m. on Sunday, and by Sunday afternoon, the street was back open. Speak to how Dayton's resilience, if you will.
Lauren, you lived here, you know that it's, we do come together. I mean, like almost any community can come together, but we've had 3, just gut punches this year. We had the KKK come to town earlier this year in May. We thought that, nothing happened at the rally. It was great. It was violence-free, but it rocked the community, just having a hate group come to town. And then days later, we get hit by 15 tornadoes and just thousands of houses damaged, lives uprooted, just businesses, workers lose their jobs, businesses close, homes destroyed. People don't know where they're going to go. And then to have this, the third, this unbelievable mass shooting in Dayton, it's just like, these are just, my favorite saying recently was a friend, he posted this and it went viral, which was Dayton needs a vacation. And he posted that before even this shooting. And Dayton needs a vacation more than anything right now. But Dayton will come together, get through this. I'm already seeing it. I'm already seeing signs. Like, we really value each other. It's a city, but it's a smaller city. And it's a pretty, tightly knit community. Everybody comes to Oregon District for fun. Everybody knows the Oregon District. This impacts a lot of people, not just the people who were here that night. But because of that, you know, I'm seeing kinds of outpouring of support that just, you know, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel hopeful, I should say.
And maybe you can talk about some of the outpouring of support and examples of the resilience that we've already seen. I mean, I think some of the restaurants opened today, and people were making a point to,
they were open,
right, to go out there and take a stand.
They were. Absolutely. People were coming down here just to support local businesses. A lot of the shops, the restaurants, the bars opened. I mean, some people who work in the Oregon District took a day off, and that's, you know, obviously understandable. But some felt, you know, like one of the shops, Hart Mercantile. It's you know, they sell clothing, they sell decorations, they sell cards, they sell all sorts of, you know, neat, fun kind of items. And the owners were a little reluctant about opening today. Just they're, you know, they had some reluctance, but they saw how many messages they received. They saw how many people were ordering a shirt that says Dayton Strong on it online. And, you know, all the proceeds from that are going to go to help the victims' families. So they felt compelled to open up. They went in and, you know, people wanted to do something. People wanted to do something to show that they had pride in Dayton, that they cared about Dayton. And coming to these shops is one way for people to do, you know, have some sort of, you know, to show their support and, you know, do something active. And people wanted to be down here and, you know, remind people like this is not going to change who we are. What people have been doing is kind of incredible down here. I mean, people are bringing flowers. There's people that are just going around pretty much just looking for people who are having a tough time and giving them hugs and talking to them and asking them if they need anything. I mean, you know, there's people who donated coffee, like lots of things like that. I saw therapy dogs down here, which, you know, people that were sobbing minutes before at the, you know, the memorial, they could go over and hold a dog or hold a puppy, and it just even little touches like that have made a big difference.
Yeah, and Dayton is the gem city. It is a gem of a city. We're both kind of partial because we both live there. But just finally, where does Dayton go from here?
It's a very good question. I mean, I think people are going to want action. I don't know what that means. They've already, you know, yelled at, or there's been chants that kind of drowned out the Ohio governor saying do something when he was speaking at a vigil the other night. I don't know exactly what people are going to ask. There's probably a couple of different things, but I mean, there was a gun and knife show that was scheduled to be in this region this weekend, and, you know, I guess they canceled it, and there was a lot of, you know, backlash from the community, and I guess people are going to expect action. I'm not 100% sure what that means. There's kind of a couple of different voices on that realm, but you know, I think it's grieving, and you know, the grief at some point does turn to anger and does turn to expectation of we got to do something different here.
Cornelius Froelich, reporter with the Dayton Daily News. Your strength, the strength of Dayton, is just so incredible and amazes me. I can't imagine what everyone, yourself included, is going through. And thank you so much for providing the insight that you've provided us today. I think it really captures just what an incredible, unique, resilient city Dayton is. Thank you so much.